Hello. Today let us look at some absolute value questions here together. So first one, we have 4a plus 6 minus 4a equals negative 10. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to use the property of an absolute value, and we're going to try to solve the equation together in that way. You see 4a plus 6 will be equal to 0. When? Let's try to get it. Subtracting 6, we get 4a will be equal to negative 6, and a will be equal to negative 6 over 4, or negative 3 over 2. So, if I have a number line, as an example, about negative 3 over 2, if a is greater than negative 3 over 2, such as a 0, or values that are higher, then we know that this portion is positive, 4a plus 6. Since 4a plus 6 is positive, the absolute value wouldn't do anything. So we can write off the equation as 4a plus 6 minus 4a equals negative 10. But you will realize that 4a minus 4a will cancel out, and 6 is in fact it's not equal to negative 10, so there is no solution in this case. On the other hand, if the value of a is less than negative 3 over 2, such as negative 2 or below, then you know that this value here would have been negative, so we end up getting negative 4a minus 6. You see, absolute value will work as if it's a negative sign. Minus 4a will be equal to negative 10. By adding 6 and combining these two, we get negative 8a is equal to negative 4. So a will be equal to positive 1/2. But the thing is, you have to realize, when we get a equals positive 1/2, that is found from the interval where things should be less than negative 3 over 2. You see, this 1/2 doesn't belong in this interval. So therefore, this one cannot be the answer either. Then we have no solution, which is choice 1. And this that will be our answer. Now, number 43. Here, what we could have done is this. If you remember this expression, this is distance from A. Now, to have that, we got to divide the whole thing by 6. We can always divide by the positive numbers inside and outside of the absolute value. So here, if I were to divide everything by 6, then what we end up getting is this. X minus 7 over 6 will be less than or equal to 5 over 6. So if I have to draw the number line, the middle number would have been equal to this number, 7 over 6. I'm going to add, so distance has to be less than 5 over 6. That means we have to add 5 over 6 here. Then 5 over 6 plus 7 over 6 would have been 12 over 6, which would be equal to 2. And then if I have to subtract 5 over 6, then we end up getting 2 over 6, which would be equal to 1/3. So I'm looking at 1/3 to 2. But the distance has to be less than that, so what we are looking at is closed circle with the less than. That distance, we end up getting the values inside. So 1/3 to 2, which will be choice 1. Now let's look at number 44, same way as before. You see, we have 3 on the bottom, so we can multiply by 3 on each side, and that will be equal to 4x minus 5 has to be greater than 3. Now dividing by 4 on all 3 terms, here we get x minus 5 over 4 has to be greater than 3 over 4. Then once again, we're going to draw a number line here from 5 over 4. The distance which we're going to measure is 3 over 4. So if I go up by 3 over 4, I'll be getting 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. If I were to go down by 3 over 4, then I'll be getting 2 over 4, which will be equal to 1/2. But the distance has to be greater than that That means we are looking at open circle to the right of it, and then open circle to the left of it. So that becomes our answer. 1/2 and 2, which will be right over here or right over here, but the direction is away from it. So therefore our answer will be choice 3. Let us look at number 65. Here, first, try to simplify this one. I'm gonna divide by -3. Then we end up getting 6 minus x will be less than 5. Now, since we have absolute value, whether we do 6 minus x or x minus 6, that would be exactly the same thing. So this would be modified into x minus 6 of less than 5. That means from 6, I'm going to go distance of 5 in each direction. So here we have, I'm going to go as high as 11, as low as 1. But since I'm looking for the distance that are less than 5, so these are 2 points that are exactly 5. The less than 5, that means we are looking at something that's inside. And since I don't have the underline, we're going to have an open circle. And that becomes our answer. Alright, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.